Welcome to the tutorial on how to create a PicturePLUS 2.0 card. This is one of the most fun things to do in SendoutCards. First, you're going to go into the card catalog where it says Create a Card. And as you saw before, there are thousands of cards in the card catalog already created for you, but you can also create a PicturePLUS 2.0 card with your own photos on the fronts of the cards in addition to the inside. So we're going to click on that. The first thing it's going to do is give you the option for the layout that you want. As before, you can send a postcard, a greeting card, a 3-panel card, or a big card, and you get to choose whether you want it to be a horizontal or a vertical template. I'm going to go ahead and create a vertical greeting card. When it comes up into the inside of the card, you'll notice that you have the templates up at the top for the front of the card and the inside of the card. We're going to do the front of the card first. So this whole image right here is going to go on the front of our card. And I'm going to go into my pictures to see what I have. The neat thing about the front of the card is that you could do a picture in itself and just drag it over, and it stretches it across the whole inside of the card. Or if you want to, you can use one of our templates that are already pre-designed. So if you do that, any template that you click on, it's already created, and you could just click on it and it would put that picture inside that template. Let's just, as an example, choose summer and click right here. You see how with one click it instantly will resize that picture, put the template around it, and then you could go ahead and type something on the front of the card. If I hit this button span, it's going to cover the whole card again. And you can center it by using this hand right in the center. Now, you notice how I have a text box down here that says, click here to type your message. I'm going to go ahead and type a message right onto this card, and I'm going to say, way to go, Grandpa. Now, you'll see that it's not showing up very well yet. I'm going to go ahead and highlight it, center that text. I'm going to click on the color wheel, and if you remember how you can click on more colors, it gives you a whole color wheel. Well, if you click right in the center, it's going to give you a white color. So now it's going to be a little bit easier to see. I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm even going to put it in a bold font right there. So you see how that stands out now on the front of my card. Now there are a lot of things called elements that I could put kind of behind that writing if I chose to and just drag into the card, but for right now I'm just going to leave it as way to go, Grandpa. Now another nice thing you'll find is something called, at the bottom of all the elements, basic clip art. And there's something really fun about having animals and children thinking something by using these thought bubbles or voice bubbles. So just as an example, I'm going to go ahead and show you by dragging a clip art into the card. You can resize it, and then as soon as you see that X, drag it where you want it to go. And now you can see that these fish are thinking something. I think that this is one of the best things about SendoutCards. People absolutely love it when you have children and animals thinking something funny. So, and you'll notice that now the way you're going to write in the bubble is by clicking over here where it says Add Blank Text Item. You can resize that text box by moving in those blue squares, and as soon as you get the X, you're going to drag it where you want it to go, and now you can type in the box. Let's say this fish is saying, not too fun to me. Now you'll notice we're still in a white font. We're going to go back to a black font, make it a lot smaller. And move it inside the box. Let's make it a little bit smaller from here. So that's what this fish is thinking, and then this one could be thinking something else. So it's really, really fun to be able to add those thought bubbles and create almost a mood for an inanimate object. And once again, any text box can be in any font, any color, anything you want. Okay, now you'll notice that the top of the card, this is our front of our card, we're going to go to the inside of our card, and we can customize the inside as well. Now we're going to go back to our pictures and find a nice picture to use. Once again, this button that says span, if you hit that button, it's going to stretch that picture across the whole inside of your card. You can see what an impact that makes when someone opens up a greeting card and sees a picture across the whole inside. If this were a 3-panel card, it would go across all 3 panels just by hitting that button span. Or you can hit it again to make that picture go smaller again. So we're not going to do that, but you'll notice that if we did want to, we could write on the inside of the card and maybe even drag an element in so that we could write on top of it. Really fun to be able to use that button. But what we're going to do is pick a template so you can see how easy that is. So once again, I'm going to go back to my templates. I'm going to scroll down to one that I like. It's a bulletin board, and once again, the easy thing about just clicking on the one you want, it immediately puts that picture right inside. And once again, when you grab that hand, you can now center it to get it where you want it to go. Okay, and we could have put a caption under here or anything you want, but I'm going to go ahead on this side of the page and I'm going to say, "Dear Grandpa," whoops, we're centered, and I'm going to go ahead and left justify. It was so much fun to see your great pictures from your trip. What a memory. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. We love you. Can't wait to see you again soon. Until then, keep them on the hooks. That's below. Now you'll notice that you're going to highlight it just like we did before. In our other tutorial, you can make it bigger. You could change the color for the inside, although that matches his hat, so we're going to leave that. And then you can even add a background. Let's say you don't want this to be all white. Once again, the elements are so much fun to be able to go and take any kind of background that you like, drag it into the card, swivel it around if you like, grab that X again, wait till you see that X appear, and then you can move it and stretch it. And now we have a nice background to that card. All of the different elements allow you to just drag things in. Let's say we wanted this template instead of the bulletin board, if we wanted it to be a special delivery, airmail. It's going to instantly put it in there. So really, really fun to be able to use those templates and elements to decorate your cards. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the options up above. You could click on Print Preview. It's going to show you exactly what that card is going to look like, and I definitely recommend doing that so you can see how the edges are going to work. Make sure nothing's going to get cut off. And there's the print preview there, so everything looks pretty good. And now we can also click Save PicturePLUS. When you save a PicturePLUS card, that is going to save it in your card catalog, not only the front of the card, but it's also going to save the whole inside of the card so that you could send this card again to someone later if you wanted to and just change the message. You can also save a draft, and there is an auto save. You can click on Save Draft to manually save it, or it does auto save every few seconds. The cards that you save in your drafts are not going to be there after you press send. So if you ever want to use this again, you want to go ahead and hit Save PicturePLUS. And that's going to add that card to your PicturePLUS category in your card catalog. Then you're just going to hit Continue. And that is how to create an incredibly personalized and fun picture card.